Alrighty guys, this is my 2003 Harley Davidson Sportster 1200 anniversary edition. I'm not gonna go through the whole parts list. Like, I don't really remember exactly what went on, but I'm just gonna go from head to toe on this bike. But I'll just start off by saying that obviously this is not what a stock, you know, anniversary Harley looks like, but at the same time I did not pick it up stock either. I'm not gonna lie about that. There's actually a video, and I'll go ahead and link it in the description, of the day that I bought it, just so you get a frame of reference of, like, you know, what I've done to it over the past like years. But at the same time, I'm not expecting you to go like chronologically and watch every video and see how it changed. But I did buy this bike with the intention of just having a daily, having something turnkey, something I'd ride, and that was just simple. My girl would be, you know, more comfy on the back. And yeah, we're just gonna go through it head to toe. Let's start off with the front wheel. I got this wheel for $40 at the SoCal Cycle Swap meet in immaculate condition, but it was just really dirty. I'll be real, I love it, I liked it, I fell in love at first sight, but I also understand and respect that there are a lot of people that do not agree with me. They probably think it looks horrendous and ugly, and I do see where you're coming from. But you know what? I think it's neat, and you know, other people's opinions didn't really sway that for me. And I think if you let other people's opinions, you know, kind of guide you into what you end up doing, I think you're in whatever hobby you're into for the wrong reasons. But let's not dive into it. That's my 3-spoke that I found for 40 bucks. It is currently wrapped in a Shinko. I don't know the number, but it's the one that everyone gets scared of in Southern California because of our rain grooves. For anyone who asks if I do get caught up in those rain grooves and get like the wobbles, I don't. And everyone's bike is set up differently. I think it's because of this longer front end and it being kicked up and giving itself a little bit of like a natural rake. What's happening is that it's not allowing the rain grooves to catch it and make it wobble as much with a wide glide. So I don't know, maybe I just made that up, but I'm good with it. Fender is actually a Sportster fender. Me and my friend Albert actually bent out the tabs to try to make it match, you know, the wide glide width, because I really like this paint. And man, I guess I am going into story time with this. This is the only painted part of the bike when I picked it up. This was already there, and then the rest of the stuff was all like spray painted black. And the original owner was telling me, hey man, you could hang that fender up in your wall and it looks like a cool, you know, old school piece. But what I let him know that day is that I will find an artist or a painter to match that fender, because I want to run with like a chrome and skull themed bike, and the color was perfect. So that's what happened. But this is the original Sportster fender that I bent out. So obviously the narrow trees, or I'm sorry, yeah, the regular narrow front Sportster would have the fender, you know, straight. But when we bent it out, that's why the clearance, if you guys notice, the clearance is a lot lower than a lot of people that run the wide glide fender. So that's what I got going on there. Shout out Bear for this. I think he got it on eBay or Amazon. It's just a double-sided tape little fender thingy you stick on. That's plastic. Let's go down to the details. This is a Vicious Cycles valve stem cap, which I got from the homies at Cult Crew. This front, I don't even want to say the wrong thing, nacelle. This is, I got this from the swap meet for 10 bucks, and I just kind of polished it up. And I did have to cut the edge out to run my headlight and, you know, recess it in. And, you know, I did not do a good job. So that's why I got this rubber trim along the outside, and I literally silver sharpied it, so it doesn't draw as much attention as just like a black rubber sealer on the headlight. And that is only mounted on, this is only mounted on from the headlight and the mount, pressing it against the forks, and it hasn't come off. So that's what's on there. I just had to cut a bit on the sides. 3 built well risers on there. I got these from OfferUp. They came on a set of bars. And then this one is actually, there's 2 black ones that my friend left at my house, my friend Irvin, and he wasn't running them, so I got this one polished so I could run 3. And I don't know, I think it looks kind of cool, but you know, y'all could disagree. I got these drop Z bars from the homie Chase over in Long Beach. I just cut them down real as small as I could, with still keeping my throttle and my clutch lever there. So we got that going on. Let's move on to this side. I just shaved down like a regular drag lever for my clutch. I got this mirror gifted to me by the OG Chopper Nizzle from Long Beach. We went over to his house, and he said, I got something for you, and pulled up with this mirror, and I think it looks dope. It's supposed to be a lot longer and poke out here, but I dropped my bike in forgot where that was, up in the mountains we were riding, and I dropped my bike and it broke. But it kind of helps because now the longest point of the mirror is the actual mirror, and I think that looks a lot cleaner. We'll make our way to this side. Well, I guess I didn't have to do that. I'm so stupid. This is the these are Cole Foster grips. You can get them on, I think, like lowbrow or something like that. They're my personal favorite grip. This, I got this at a thrift store for like, I think 50 cents, like before I even knew how to ride a motorcycle. And then I found it in my room. I was like, you know what? I could use this on the bike because I like skulls and all that on this bike. Tank was, I bought the black tank off my homie Javi, OG in Buena Park, and like I said, I got this tank to try to match to the Fender, and I think the artist did a killer job. I'll put his info in the description, but his name is Christian. That guy's talented. We went back and forth with like the artwork and everything, and he made sure, he's, oh, you know, do you want the jaw lower, wider, and it was a whole process, but I was stoked on it. These rocker covers I got from the swap meet for, I want to say $5, but I'll be realistic. I think it was $10 for these. I didn't even know what they were for. The guy told me, he's like, yeah, you just kind of dress your front end up with them, or the the top of the motor without removing anything. You just needed longer bolts, which I did. And yeah, I don't know, I'm not trying to mimic any other style motor. I think it just looks clean because it curves at the top and everything. This is from Vitsy Boys, this air cleaner, the bird deflector. Vitsy Boys makes this, and the adapter plate for the CV, stock CV carb. Points cover I got from the swap meet. Skull pegs I got from eBay in a pile of parts for $60, and then I'm not gonna gatekeep. I will link the website that you can get these from and the person who makes them, and they are not cheap. I'm telling you, I got them for $60. They're made in the USA, but it was from an eBay pile. I just looked up chrome skull, Harley parts used on eBay, and I found this. So I got this side and the other side. This Breakmaster cylinder cover, again from the homie Javi, OG in Buena Park, hooked me up with that. Thank you again, sir, if you're watching this. What else do we have? These drag pipes. These are actually for later year Evo Sportster, but the one with a little crossover pipe. But I just went to my local muffler shop at the time and had them weld up different tabs to match this bike, and yeah, that's why it has that little kick out. I don't think they make this exact one for the solid mount Evo Sportsters. I haven't seen them, but yeah, that's that. Oh, the seat, Sully's Customs from eBay. I think it's cool. Like, obviously you don't get it for comfort because that thing is thin as hell, but I'm good with it. My girl's good with it sometimes, but if we go on further rides, I have a little pad I add on there. This was from the cycle swap meet. They have a bunch of different cities you could rep on there, and found mine. Shocks, yeah, you can see. I think because how thick the shock is, plus I'm running this like chrome plate, or chrome over piece for the pulley, it does rub on turns or whatever, so it kind of heats up and got the chrome peeling off, which is embarrassing, but that's life. This back wheel, shout out to homie Frank. We traded my regular spoked wheel for this mag, and yeah, he's stoked on his and I'm stoked on mine. Hey, I think I glossed over this. I got these chrome shocks at the cycle swap meet for I think $25. There's a video for that too, but I don't want to dig through on the channel and try to find exactly that. But yeah, $25. Got proof of that. Sissy bar got from the homie Javi, OG in Buena Park. Again, he sold me a lot of stuff on this bike. But I noticed because the bike is so kicked up from the front end, every time my girl was riding with me, she was like falling off the back. So what I did is I just drilled a different hole this way just to lean it forward. So aesthetically it looks stupid and everyone will be like, ew, it's why does it look bent like that? But hey, between form and function, you got to find a sweet spot, and my girl's a lot more important than aesthetics are. So she was stoked on how it sits up and how this pad is, and I actually added extra pad into here. I want to say I got this from the cycle swap, or maybe it came on the bike already, I forget. Tool bag from Support Yourself, the homie Scott over in Lake Tahoe. I don't know if he still makes these, but yeah, I got my tools in there, not all of them. Let's work our way back here. Well, let's start off with the tire, guys. This is the Dunlop, I don't know what. Y'all could just like Google glass that, but this is my favorite tire. They last so long. I don't know, like I'm only running a rear brake and they're not wearing out on me, and I ride this thing a lot. So, and I don't know, I'm good with it. This is my favorite. Maybe I'll find out the name and I'll add it, but yeah, that Dunlop tire. This is, I think, like a little chrome or plastic add-on that you're supposed to put on like the back of like a, I think like a soft tail, like a deluxe Fender in the front or something, but I just heated up and bent the corners and added to my Sportster fender. This fender already came like this, which you probably see this Crazy Frank add-on. So if you look at it, this top portion is actually a Crazy Frank piece, but it's a weld-on kit. So you weld it onto whatever fender the previous owner had welded it to the stock Sportster fender. I'm good with it. I'm not gonna be picky with it. Let's go to the tail light. I got this from the cycle swap meet. I got it from the cycle swap meet. Everything was good, and then it cracked because it was all beat. So I went to eBay, and yeah, someone had one for, I think it was like 20 bucks or yeah, 20 bucks shipped for that skull lens for the cat eye. eBay. Spare fuel, shout out Bear. My homie Bear gave me this because my other one fell off, because long story. Saddlebag free cycle swap meet. Even this chrome piece right here wasn't like that. I forget the guy's name. I want to say it's David. Shout out the homie from the cycle swap meet. He knew I was piecing together the last chrome for this bike, and he gave that, and it actually already came with a sticker on there. Rat Fink on there. What else do we have here? I'm over here naming off stock parts. Let me name off the parts that you guys are probably wondering about, which is, oh, the kickstand. Shout out to Scooter Punks over in Whittier. I hope he's still making these. I'll put his info on the description so you guys can like reach out to him. But he makes these extended kickstands for people that run longer front ends, and yeah, it's a huge help. Because as I was discussing, this is a 12 over wide glide, and you know, that's a long front end for a non-hardtailed bike. So these lowering shocks kind of help. But at the same time, you know, if I had a stock kickstand, this thing would be on the floor probably, leaned over. But instead, with that kickstand that he makes, this thing is great. It just sits upright, gives a lot of space in the garage and parking, and you're not worried about the stress of the kickstand. I think that's about it to list on this bike. Yeah, now that I'm actually looking at it, I think I covered it all. This bike is fairly simple, guys. Like, I'm never gonna hardtail it. I'm not doing some crazy, like, you know, I don't know what you guys would think I would do on this, but I'm good with it. I bought this vehicle, or yeah, vehicle. I bought this motorcycle to treat as a vehicle, and it's done that. Obviously, I've changed things over time, had to fix things, and you know, simple maintenance, and they're great bikes. And of course, I'm aware that there are some motorcycle / chopper veterans that are watching this that, you know, y'all got your opinions and all that stuff, and I respect that. But now to the people that might not have a motorcycle yet or have always been thinking about it, Evo Sportster is a great daily vehicle, and I'll be a great voucher for that because I don't even have a car. Obviously, I borrow my girls and stuff, but generally, like, this is a great turnkey vehicle. Never let me down, and even if it did at certain times, it was user error, and that's why it's good to keep tools and stuff on you. And there are videos of stuff happening like that, which I'll put one example linked in the description as well. But yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, I can go ahead and do a skull count for fun before the video ends, but yeah, it's a good bike. If you guys notice anything else, go ahead and comment, and I'll address it. But let's see what we got. All right, and before I go ahead and wrap this up again, skull count. Let's do this real quick. 1, 2. Shout out my girl for that. She got me this Guardian belt, so that's 2, 3, 4 and 5, obviously the other side. 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 so far. 18, 19, and 20, obviously on the other side. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. You might not see it, but that's number 25. That's the same valve stem cap that I have up front back here. 26. Big 27. I don't know why I thought there was more. Oh, 28. Shout out Willie G. 28 Willie G. Damn, that would be embarrassing if I missed a skull on my own bike, but we're gonna run with that. 28 skulls on this bike, but I don't think at first glance most people catch it. Again, thanks for watching. I mean, yeah, let me just get some B-roll and we out.